grandpa, for as long as I can remember, always carried a camera. I sat with him one time and he told me, I'm always chasing the perfect picture. I told him he had many. He believed in not just capturing those moments for himself, but for others. At a very early age, I fell in love with his photography. There are photos that I have in my collection because he shared with me. And I'm always seeking to be able to capture that kind of beauty. But he really had an eye for it. And in some of the photos that you saw, he's able to capture not just what's happening in the moment, but the mood, the love, the respect, and those were the things that he loved. He would pull photos out once in a while and talk to me about them. He gave me my very first camera at 16. And from then, the rest is history. I would show him photos so that he could tell me what I needed to do, what I needed to try and look for. And I remember one of my proudest moments, I think I was about 25. I showed him a photo and he said, he didn't really say, he just simply said, "Oh, your eye's getting better." And as his granddaughter, that was a moment I'll never forget. Because as grandchildren, we not only seek to make our parents proud, but our grandparents as well. Thank you all for being here. And I hope that if some of you out there recognize people in these photos that haven't been identified, that you will take the time even just to go look and glance and help us identify them. We talked a lot about what to do with this collection because it seemed like every corner we thought we'd had them all, and then we pulled out another box and another box. And my mom said, Kathy has offered to help preserve them. And my fear was always, what if I store it in the wrong place? What if it gets wet? What if it's too warm? Because they're such beautiful photos. And I'm glad that we were able to share a touch of them with you today. Thank you for being here.
Are there any other family members who'd like to give a response or give any comments? Joey? And then we'll open it up for questions and comments. Courtney's coming up. Elise, it's the next generation of photographers.
Hello, everybody. It's a blessing to see these pictures. When we were growing up, we used to have our own little movie looking at all the slides that he used to take. He had his own little, he used to produce and make his own pictures. He had all the material to do it. I was blessed to have a dad like this, always talking about how much love and showing to all of us all the time, talking. And this is my biggest preach today. Always trying to pour out what our grandparents brought in front of me, in front of all of us. the love of Jesus. My dad was good at it. When my sister and I went to Anchorage, when we lost him, there was nurses and doctors standing at that double door at the ICU at the Native Hospital. They were all crying. And that doctor, she said, you know, Mr. George, we see that your father didn't just touch certain people. He touched everybody. And it's really a blessing to us to have gotten the opportunity to work on a great man while he was here with us. Today, he's still touching the hearts of many people. I just pray that one day I can be like my dad. There's some people that say that I'm like my dad was. I can't see how till my brother, big brother Bill, took it upon himself to take me out to the front of the ferry. He said, you know, Joe, you may not be a boat builder. You may not be a guy that can play music. But sit down and think about the things you say and how you conduct your life. And listen to yourself. This is where the spitting image of your dad comes out in you. And it put a lot into my mind. I'm a preacher now for the Presbyterian Church in England. I never knew my dad was going around all over in Juneau and different parts of Southeast, bragging that he has a son that's a preacher today. And I'll always cherish him. I tell my daughters, you are blessed to have two grandpas that had the love of Jesus pouring out of them every day. Thank you all for being here. Chief, love each and every one of you, but always understanding that Jesus loves you the most.
All right, we've come to the end of our program. Questions or comments?